So I think it's probably about time I gave my opinion on the new R2 remote from Evolve. Now this remote comes with its own little carry case, which is very nice. Open this up. And here we have the remote. We're going to take a look at this in a second. First of all, I want to thank Evolve UK for sending me this little gift pack of a t-shirt, a board cover and a hat. Thank you very much, guys. Very kind of you. So just for a quick comparison, I thought I'd put the new remote next to the old Gen 3 remote. Now this old remote wasn't actually that bad. It's got an LCD screen similar to the new one and an on and off and a mode button. The problem with this remote was there's no dead man switch, and this trigger was just dead easy to hit when you didn't mean to, and that would result in your board shooting across the road. A little bit dangerous. So if we take a closer look at this new remote, we've got two sets of triggers. What's that all about? Well, basically what they've done here is they've separated acceleration from braking into two different triggers. Now that's the first time I've seen that in an e-skate remote, and it should be pretty interesting. And on the front here, we now have a dead man trigger, similar to the boosted board. That should stop any unwanted incidents of the board shooting across the road. We turn this remote on, have a look at the LCD screen. You can see that not actually much has changed. We have the battery indicator up here, in the middle we have speed, and that actually depends on you setting the correct wheel size. And down the bottom we have trip estimation. It looks pretty good. Alright, so to pair this remote, I've been told we want to switch the board on first, then switch the remote on. Now to actually pair it, I've been told to hold down the top button, and let's see if we get a response. Not yet. Oh, forgetting to hold down the dead man trigger already. And let's press it again. Okay, it looks like we have established a connection. Now, dead man trigger throttle, nothing yet. So after a few seconds of pairing, it seems to be working. Press the dead man trigger, press the throttle, boom, away we go. So I think the best way to test out this remote and put it through its paces is to go for a ride with some of the guys from Skate UK. Maybe we can get their opinions as well. Alright, so I'm down in King's Cross to meet the guys today. I'm just going to find out where they are. What up, Grant?
How's going on? Although I get used to it.
So you find the trigger is better for braking?
I'm
other way around.
I'm totally used to it now, but when I first got it,
if you think about your instinct,
I thought, my bicycle instinct is to clench when you stop.
But you don't push with your thumb, right? So
I don't think they've got it right, have they?
So I've got the remote on, time to go for a ride. Way through the ride, do a little check-in. Occasionally I'm hitting the wrong button. I'm quite not used to this two-button setup yet. But no disconnection issues, and in general, the remote's been okay. Now, to be fair, the remote is still full batteries, which isn't bad because they were ridden about 4 or 5 miles. Since that last ride, Valve came out with an upgrade for this remote, so I sent it back and got the battery upgraded and the firmware. The battery now lasts about a third longer, and the firmware, well, I rode around a little bit on it, I didn't notice that much difference. First off, the connection to the board was pretty stable. I didn't have any problems with this remote. So taking a closer look at this remote, the throttle feels pretty good. A nice amount of pressure. I can really control how fast the board's going with this throttle. The dead man trigger in this position, it feels okay, although I would say it's probably a little bit easy to release when you don't mean to. The brake also has a nice bit of pressure on it, so I can nicely finesse the braking. The only thing I would say though, with a separate throttle and brake, it's a little bit like a car. Although unlike a car, when you press the brake, the throttle disengages completely. That might not be to everybody's taste, and it takes a little bit of getting used to. I know a lot of you guys probably have Xboxes and PS4s, and just like a racing game, you've got different control options. With this one, you've got a separate brake and throttle. With this one, you've got a single stick controlling the motion for both. Now, some people are going to prefer this, and it does feel pretty natural. I wish Valve had given us the option of a dead man trigger with this remote. So this remote definitely feels great in the hand, and the dead man trigger is a very welcome addition. But the separation of brake and throttle might confuse some people. Some people are going to love this remote, and some people might want to go back to the old remote. What do you think? Put your comments below. 20 pieces.